Fine, Chief.
That's alright, like the bones.
Hello, and welcome to the BJ's, another BJ's presentation. This is on adverts today. It's a cracker. I'm Jonathan. No, he's Brandon. I'm Jonathan, and she's Shelby.
Yeah. What are adverts? Adverts are one of the most popular forms of product promotion used. So an example that we found was Coke, because they're quite a popular one, and yeah. Should we take it in terms of the boxy kind of section? Which we can start now.
So, humour is also...
This is about advert techniques, by the way.
Yeah, so advert techniques, so that this includes humour, which is used to make people laugh, which is obviously a very popular thing these days, and it's a very common technique using adverts. For example, it's used in the pedigree advert, and humour can be shown in many different ways, whether it's a skill, a joke, a song, or a parody, like the Specsavers one is.
Shock value. Shock value is the technique that plays on people's emotions. So this is used in adverts such as the Bernardo's, and is very commonly used in appeals or charities. The shock value is usually created using children or animals.
Another technique is music, and that's one of the most common successful techniques used for adverts. It's a very good way of getting into the audience's head, because if you have a catchy song or a jingle, then they'll be singing it and they'll know it when it comes on. And a good example of this technique being used is the Go Compare advert.
And realism is means making the advert into something realistic and relatable to the audience. So this is a good technique because it allows the audience to feel connected to the brand. An example of an advert using realism is Panasonic. As they show how you could have it in your home and use it, therefore making it realistic product for the audience.
And the last one is surrealism. Surrealism is an advert that stands out as it escapes reality and makes the impossible possible. Surrealism is often used to make adverts more memorable and fun. It also gives the audience something to talk about, therefore creating a hype based around the product. An extreme example of surrealism is used in an advert. Is Harvey Nichols.
The techniques that have influenced us the most for our advert we've been making is humour, because we're doing more of a parody style one, and music, because we're going to try and create a catchy jingle.
Stop. Yeah. So how adverts affect their audience? So companies find many ways to get the audience using adverts. Some of the ways include the hypodermic needle theory. So the hypodermic needle theory is basically a way of saying that the media can influence decisions made by the audience. The needle theory has been known to be very successful. An example of it being used successfully is in 1938, a radio dramatisation of a sci-fi book called War of the Worlds was used as a broadcast and would occur every 40 minutes, and was used to heighten the realism and used for dramatic effect. However, it was found that these every 40-minute broadcasts were making the audience believe that there was an invasion from Mars, and this led to people gathering weapons ready to fight, because they're idiots. So, yeah.
Something else that companies use is evolving the brand, so this can show the evolution of their company. So one of the most easiest examples is Lucozade, because in 1979 they were completely different to what they are now, because they were used as a medicine, so that was aimed more at mums. Then in 1985 it went on to being a sports drink, where they'd use celebrity endorsement with obviously sports people. Then in 2013 they made it more like appropriate for the everyday person, so it was just like a fizzy drink you could buy at the shop. Then in 2016, it's the most recent one, they've separated the brand from being a fizzy drink to now an isotonic sports drink, so that's aimed at sporty people. We would show you them, but the sound's not working.
Seasonal. A lot of companies use seasonal adverts as a promotion technique. This includes the Coca-Cola Christmas adverts, which are very popular as people look out for the truck and Santa. This is the video there, but again, we can't show it because of the sound. Another famous Christmas advert is John Lewis's advert. These are some of the most famous adverts around Christmas time. There is usually quite a big social media buzz around these adverts, and there are even videos of people reacting to them. And again, the link, no sound, sorry.
So introducing our advert, the brief we were given told us we needed to create an advert to advertise Stockport, which is hard. And at first we found this a difficult topic to try and make, to make it seem appealing. But this is why we went down to the humorous route. So our advert is about a boy who is on the outskirts of Stockport and is really sad and depressed. But he sees the welcome sign, and it's like he sees the lights, and it all like lights up, and he gets happy and walks towards it, and his mood instantly is lifted, and there are fireworks, bright colours in the sky, and then a map appears in his hand with the places for him to visit marked on it, and then and there's a montage of him visiting all these like different places and having a good time, and it ends with Stockport is the place to be, with a little jingle we might have, you know, and that's
So we're going to go on the topic of racism and offensive language, because we were told in the brief to have a target audience, so the tutor told us to either do it for like a certain race of people and gender, but we thought, why do that when we could aim to everybody? So we want to make sure that this is something that all people would like, of all ages and race and sex and stuff. So we just wrote a little bit about racism and offensive language. So it's important to not be racist or offensive when making an advert, even if you don't think like it's coming across like that. And making jokes about it won't be funny, and it can be taken down as well. Then sometimes adverts use humour to try and grasp the viewer's attention. This is used in the Specsavers advert. For example, it's used as a parody in the Links advert. So basically the Specsavers took the Links advert and changed it up, and so they used humour to try and make the glasses work well, but make girls stay away. There's a clip, but can't show.
This is our research, part of our research. The ASA are a company that gets to decide whether adverts go on TV or not. So we did some research on the company. The ASA have many codes as to why an advert can't be aired, such as misleading advertising. This includes things such as be careful with use of the word free, harm and offence. This includes things such as shock tactics and photosensitive epilepsy, and also privacy. This includes referring people with a public profile, e.g. using real names.
So in ours we're going to make sure we don't do these things.
So yeah, there's a lot more issues faced by the ASA, such as beliefs and cultural identity, privacy, children and the vulnerable claims and endorsements, gender, sex and relationships, politics and security.
So moving on to our script, I'm not going to go into too much detail because we've got another presentation where we go into it more, but it's basically what we said before about like how we're going to do it and stuff. But ours isn't going to have any kind of speech in it, it's more just the song and a montage, if anything. So we didn't really need to write much for a script.
effect on the audience, our advert is going to be more humour based. Therefore, I think this will be more entertaining and memorable for the audience. The use of humour in the advert has been proven to be a successful technique. For example, the Go Compare adverts are very memorable. Lots of people know the advert, and this is due to comedy and a very annoying song.
So the locations. So we've got a place that's got a nice little river, Abbey Hall, yeah, and we're gonna go to Stockport town centre as well, to maybe do something near the plaza or whatever, and then 11th June, the outskirts of Stockport.
So that shows like where he's going to be upset and not going to be Then we did some risk assessments, so they're basically the same like kind of things you need to be careful of. So the hazards are dropping the camera in the river or equipment being stolen. So to avoid these things, we need to be careful when holding the camera and try not to drop it, obviously. And we need to have someone like be on the lookout for suspicious looking people. We also need to be cautious of filming the public because like obviously we need permission to film other people.
Product schedule. The date, 28th, 4th, 2022. Stockport, Abbey Hall. That's where we're going, and what's been done is filming.
So the roles, as I said before, this is Brandon, and he's the camera operator / editor. That's Shelby again, and she's the producer and editor, and I'm Jonathan, and I'm the sound editor. Yeah.
The end.
Thank you.